Some of you probably remember this Cool Breeze 12-inch 3-speed table fan that I got last year. Well, it's dead, and I don't even really know why. Because it's plugged in, everything's on, but it does not do anything at all. And it's not because it's seized. Take the grill off. I mean, it's not exactly the freest thing in the world, but it's not seized. It should at least be trying to turn. There's no hum that I can hear. So I thought that, okay, maybe the solder joints in the on the switch are bad, or maybe the switch itself is bad. But the switch itself is not bad, and even if it were, I would expect that at least one of the positions would work, and none of them do. So the next thing would be, oh, maybe the thermal fuse blew. Well, it doesn't even have a thermal fuse. I had a look, and the head wire, the motor is just connected straight to the head wire, so I don't know what's up with that. So I guess this fan is junk, unfortunately. It lasted me 1 year, but that's what you get with a China Pride, I suppose. So what do when your cheap Chinese piece of junk fan breaks? You go to curbside discount, and you find another cheap Chinese piece of junk fan. Because invariably there'll be at least one. Yeah, look at this piece of absolute crap. Good Lord. Makes you wonder how they can manage to get away with making something so cheap. I also am not really entirely sure why it was chucked, just because it looks okay, and I have tested it, so I know that it works, but the oscillator is kind of a little broken, as you might be able to see. So I'm going to have to pull the cover off and take the oscillator out. Just have a quick little look-see. I'm not really sure how they managed to break it like they did, because that's kind of crazy, but I hope it'll work without an oscillator. I guess we'll have to find out. So, FC is what it says on it. And at first I had no idea what that was. So you look at this thing, you can see it says Fusion Canada. I guess that's what it stands for, actually. That's what FC is, Fusion Canada. 12-inch table fan, so same size as the Cool Breeze over there. Here's your model. Thermally protected, so this one does have a thermal fuse. Made in China, obviously, in April of 2012, I'd guess. Could also be December of 2004, but I think they were making things to a higher standard than this in 2004, so. But who knows? It's a Walmart house brand, so really, yeah, who knows? So, I'm gonna actually just go ahead and pull the little back off before we go ahead and power it up and take the oscillator out. Okay, here is the fan in its current state. After I have made some modifications, there will have to be more modifications because for whatever reason this grill, I'm going to have to take the grill off, and I don't know why they put a screw in it. I think I'm going to just remove that screw on a permanent basis because that's kind of ridiculous. But I tried fixing the oscillator. That did not work because I guess it's supposed to snap together, and it would not snap together. I don't know if something's broken in there or what, but I don't care. So here it is. So I guess the next step is to deal with this grill. Okay, I'm just going to remove the screw because you can see when it's positioned properly it doesn't even line up. So I don't know what's up with that. I also am not really fond of the fact that this thing apparently does not have a proper center of gravity. But what can you expect for a cheap Chinese piece of junk? This is as found condition, no oil. I haven't cleaned it yet or anything else, so here is low. You see it move on its own. I'm not really sure why it moves on its own. It should just stay straight. it were designed properly, it would stay straight. So, probably have to glue it or something. Or maybe just use it sideways. That seems like a perfectly valid option. It does grind a little bit, but it's not as bad as one might expect. Move it to medium. And high. It's very quiet. Lose a fairly decent amount of air for what it is. I mean, it's not going to be as good as an actual vintage fan, but for no cost at all, just to sit on somebody's office. You can see I've mounted the capacitor to the top of where the oscillator would be, just so it's not dangling around in there. I'm not really sure what I can do about it sitting like this, because it doesn't want to sit straight. Turn it off. Spin down time is average for a cheap plastic fan. Okay, here it is after attempting to clean it. Doesn't really look a whole lot different. Well, we'll start it up on high. I think I'm going to skip the oil process because I don't think that it would necessarily benefit from oil. And you can see, of course, the gravity defiance that this thing does. For whatever reason, I don't understand what's so hard about sitting still. Like I said, that's what you get with a cheap piece of garbage like this. Which was garbage, but it was saved from garbage. So, you know what I mean? There's no sense in wasting something that does actually do some kind of a job. It'd be a decent little desk fan for an office, or whatever, you know, when I actually get back to my office, which who knows when that's going to be. But that's not really the point of this video. The point of this video is the fan. So for all the fans that wanted to see a fan video, there's your fan video.